When entering a new file in Followup CRM, you'll notice a section located underneath the Job Information section titled Pre-qualifications. In this video, we're going to break down what this section is and how to use it. Please note that the fields in this section are the default across all accounts and cannot be changed. However, the information in each of the field dropdowns are completely customizable. The four fields in the pre-qualification section are Relate and Connect, Rules of Engagement, Find Problems, Money Step, and Decision Process. These fields represent the steps in what's called the Sandler training method. This is a widely used sales method that helps structure your sales process and the conversations that need to be had in order to close a deal. We highly encourage all of our users to look into this strategy and apply it to their process. We have dedicated an entire Followup Academy course to this method that we recommend taking to help streamline your sales process and win more deals. In the Relate and Connect dropdown, Best Roofing has the following options: Build initial rapport and strengthen existing rapport. You'll also notice a couple of tips including first name basis, family, recreation discussed, and sports, beliefs, occupation, tenure. These tips are exactly what they suggest. When you're on a call with a prospect and are in the initial Relate and Connect phase of the sales process, these tips are displayed to help you shape your conversations. Once you've related and connected with your lead, you can select one of the first two options in the dropdown to show that you've successfully pre-qualified your lead in this phase. The second field and second step of the sales process in the Sandler method is Rules of Engagement. In this dropdown, you're given the option to select Establish Ground Rules, which is essentially exactly what you do in the step, and selecting this will act as a checkbox showing that you've completed the step of the sales process. You'll notice two tips in this scenario, which are Agenda Set in Writing and Perform No, No, Yes, which is a tactic where you ask the prospect if it's okay if you tell them no during the conversation if you realize they're not a good fit, if it's okay that they tell you no during the conversation if they realize you're not a good fit, and that it's okay to move forward with the process. Just like the Relate and Connect phase, these just act as tips to help you structure your conversations during this step. The third field and third step of the sales process is Find the Problems. In this dropdown, you have the option to select Uncovered Low Pain Level and Uncovered High Pain Level, where you can decide how serious and urgent their problems are that you're uncovering during this phase. You'll see two additional tips, including the 70-30 rule, where you ask specific pain questions, and FUDWACA, which stands for frustrated, upset, disappointed, worried, anxious, confused, and angry. Again, these are steps to help you with the fundamentals of your conversation during this phase, reminding you to ask questions about their pain points while also showing empathy and addressing the prospect's emotions. The fourth step of the sales process is the money step, which is where we discuss budgets. In this dropdown, you have the option to select Got Estimated Budget and Asked but Wouldn't Disclose. Selecting one of these will help you identify the status in this step while pre-qualifying the lead. Just like the other fields, you'll see two tips in the dropdown including Ballpark, Bracketing, and Off the Record to help with the language during this step. The final step in the pre-qualification phase is Decision Process. This is where you determine who needs to be part of the conversation in order to make a decision. The drop-down options include Committee, One Person, and Low Bid. There are four tips in this drop-down to help you ask the right questions during this phase. These tips include who beside yourself is involved in the decision-making process, how does your committee typically make decisions, when do you anticipate this decision to be made, and what other factors are involved. When you select four or more of these fields in this section and hit Save, the file name will appear green in your list of files, as well as your dashboard, so you can easily identify which leads have been pre-qualified. This section is great for keeping track of important details from your conversations and help you determine the next steps in your process. However, you do have the option to remove this module from your file if you don't wish to leverage it. Note, you must be an admin in order to do this. To get started, Click on the drop-down in the top right corner underneath your profile photo and click on Company Settings. Next, you'll want to click on the Codes tab at the top and then Modules. From here, you just click on the switch to turn it off and it will no longer appear in your files. And that's it.